Welcome back to Fate Stay Night Remastered question mark. You'll see that I don't currently have the game up, and that's because I'm starting this video a little bit differently. The game is right here. I do have it open ready to go for us, but uh, I wanted to share a story of some stuff that's happened recently to me. If you couldn't care less about this and you just want to go straight to that fake goodness, completely understand, you can jump to the time that is appearing on the screen now. And then for everybody else that wants to listen, you'll be listening to my car troubles and woes and how I was stranded in a different state for 6.5 hours, not really knowing how I was going to get home. So, I know this has nothing to do with fate. I just felt like sharing. So that's why I'm giving the option. It's there. You can go on ahead. I really don't care. So anyway, I was driving to Auburn. You're gonna see me play around with just clicking back and forth for your visual entertainment. Not really. I'm just doing this as a fidgety thing. So I was going to Auburn. I was going on a date. An hour. Well, okay. I should probably rewind. Friday night. Friday night. This past Friday night. This video is gonna be published Sunday. This past Friday night. My car for the first time had an issue with its battery. It wouldn't start. So I was at this gas station and I went up to a lady. She was very, very nice and was like, "Here, I'll jump you off. Here, better yet, here's this battery box thing. I don't know what the official term is, but jump yourself off with this." I did. It worked amazingly. Got going. Car was working fine, and then I went to an AutoZone to get the battery tested. I have not had that battery replaced in all the years that I've owned that car. I've had that car for 6 years. So I was like, called my dad, and he was like, "Yeah, probably time for a new battery." So I go, they test for it, and they're like, "Yep, that's a bad battery. Let's get you a new one." So I got a new one. They put it in, and I let them put it in like the fool I am, and that's where my issues began. So I'm watching them put this thing in. There's two people putting this car battery in. One of them is the supervisor of said AutoZone, and then the other person is just like, you could tell he was pretty new because he was asking her like a lot of questions, which good. You got to learn when you're new. Um, so they get it in, take the old one out, put the new one in, and then she has to go back inside because it was later on at night, but they had a customer walk in. She's like, "Hey, I have to go take care of that. All you got to do now is just bolt everything back in." And I was like, awesome. Like, anybody could do that. So I'm just standing there watching him. And then when he goes to put these bolts back in, he puts them in very loosely, and he's struggling to get them to actually go down, and that's because of the type of mechanism that holds the bolts is this type of clamp thing, and you're supposed to pinch it and uh like ratchet it, wrench it down, whatever the term is, uh get it to go down at the same time, right? He wasn't doing that, so he also in this process, I didn't notice this at the time. This will become very key later. There's just a whole screw or bolt that he didn't put back in. There's a whole bracket to the positive side of my battery terminal that did not get put back on the battery. So that's a thing. And then I'm watching him just struggle for 10 minutes with this one bolt, and then he just kind of eventually is like, "All right, I guess that's as good as it's gonna get," and then just closes the hood of the car. And I was like, "Oh, okay, I guess." And in the back of my head, I'm like, "Okay, I'm only a few minutes away. I'll only live a few minutes away. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get my roommate who knows car stuff. He's gonna help me screw these down better. At least they're on top of the car. So it'll run, hopefully." So I get in the car, crank up the car. Battery lights on. First warning. So I rolled down the window before he went back inside. I was like, "Hey, the battery light's on. You know what that's about? Like, should I be worried?" And he's like, "No, no, no, no. It's fine. You just gotta go drive it around. Just takes a few minutes to get adjusted." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And I don't know car stuff, but in my head, I was like, that doesn't sound right." So I I drive away. I go home. We bolt it down. And then at this point, this is when we realize that there are pieces missing. There's like a whole screw missing. And then we're like, well, maybe it wasn't there to begin with. Hopefully, question mark. And then I'm like, great. So then I wake up the next morning, have my date in Auburn to go to, which is an hour and a half drive from where I live. So Auburn, Alabama, specifically, if you know where that's at. So I'm driving kind of from I'm from the Atlanta area of Georgia, so I'm driving from there. An hour into my drive, I'm already crossed the border into Atlanta. Fair about like 20 minutes out from Auburn. Okay, I'm on the interstate, and then all of a sudden my AC goes out. Then I notice that a bunch of lights are flashing in my car. My tires apparently flat now. The road is slippery, like all the battery light is back on, all these different things. So I am able to get off the interstate, thank goodness, and then I'm able to get into a gas station parking lot. So me not knowing anything about cars, the first thing that I do is call my good friend Peyton. He actually has a YouTube channel. He does like a bunch of outdoor fishing stuff and mechanical work. So he obviously like, or he doesn't know cars, he says super duper well, but he knows he can figure it out, right? So I call him. He doesn't answer. And he was about a 30-minute drive from where I was currently at. And I was like, okay. So I called my roommate, Caleb. And then he was like, awesome, I'll be there. It sounds like your alternator. I was like, great, cool. And then while he was driving, making the hour drive, which really super appreciative of him, I then call the person that I was supposed to meet. She comes, meets me there, drives me to an auto parts store. I then get a new alternator, $440. Oh, after already having a new battery night before. It's fine. It's coming out of savings. Uh, so go back. Caleb's already at the car, taking it out. We put the new alternator in. Pretty easy, actually, process with my car to get the alternator in. Thank goodness. So we get the new alternator in. Um, and then we're all like, great, awesome, should start. We jump start the car because you need to do that when you replace alternator. We jump start it. We take the jumper cables off, and then within a minute, my car dies. So we're like, okay, not enough charge. We do it again. We let the car charge for like 10 minutes, take off jumper cables, dies again. So we're like, oh crap, we got another issue. It's not the alternator. So I call Peyton. He did earlier in the day. He messaged me about it and was like, hey, you okay? Saw that he had missed the call from me. And then so he came out to help. Caleb, my roommate, he went back because he had things he had to do. Perfectly fine. I told him to. Uh, the girl I was going to go meet told her to go as well because I was just kind of wasting her time and she was just sitting there in the sun. Um, so both of them go. Peyton comes. We diagnose a couple of issues. Go back to the auto parts store. So then luckily he also had some hardware on him. Remember that screw that was not put back, or that bolt that wasn't put back in place on that battery terminal that was missing? That was kind of the main issue. I mean, I did also need a new alternator as well. Also has not been replaced in the time that in the time that that car has existed since 2016. So 9-year-old alternator probably needed to get replaced at some point anyway. Replaced it already, right? So we get a new fuse because my power steering had given out as well when I was getting my car off to the side of the road, or into that gas station. Get a fuse to replace for that. Turns out I didn't really need it. Now I just have a spare in my car, perfectly fine. And then Peyton, I love him. He is so good about like throwing stuff together like this, but he makes this like makeshift bracket to replace what was supposed to be there. Gets the hardware and it looks very rednecky. But it works. It runs. Had no issues. I followed him to his house, just through back roads, just to make sure that it wasn't going to give out. Crank starts on its own. I used it again this morning to get to church and back, and then I just used it minutes ago to go to the gas station and get myself a fountain drink. So here we are. Yeah, it was a very hectic day yesterday. I was supposed to be recording yesterday and recording quite a few videos, and that obviously didn't get to happen because of that fiasco. But now we're here. Come on, black screen, come on. There we go. And now we're here, playing Fate. Just so you know, so I'm 11 minutes in. I will still give you 30 minutes of Fate. Okay? Or at least 30 minutes. So, welcome back to those of you joining us that decided to skip story time. It was quite a long story, but I felt like telling it. Anyways, we're in, Shirou just got through kind of talking about his trauma, or kind of facing it more head on. And now I think Saber has some kind of reaction at what he just kind of showed himself going through. The answer her master arrived at. Oh yeah, and then he's decided, hey, I'm not going to use the Grail on my own selfish wish as well, right? So he's stayed consistent with character of what he told Saber she should do, and now he's also modeling that. ... Her anger dissolves. All she can do is stare at her master, her words dying on her lips. This path, everything about me, I don't believe it's wrong. Despite his maimed body, as he struggles even to breathe, as he sheds the tears of one so horribly grieved, I can't stray from this path. For all those who were left behind, who laid it, apologizing to those he must climb over, but unwavering in his chosen path. ... Her vision wavers, her breath quivers. She knows his history. Just as he saw visions of her past, so she saw his. She was certain he would agree. No, she thought he had to. I think this is her saying Shirou had to agree to what she wanted the solution to be about her past. With, she's wanting to use the Grail to send her back in time and, rewrite history. And that's what he just refused to do. Their pasts are very similar to each other in a lot of ways. And so she's unsure of why would you choose that when she's choosing, a completely different option. She meant to say, it's not your fault, but the words died on her lips. If only he could hear it. She wanted to tell him he should not have to carry that weight. Yeah, neither should you! Stop doing it! But he denies even that. No matter how tragic the past, one cannot undo it. Her legs nearly give out beneath her. His words are a greater weight than she can ever bear. Or than even she can bear. To swear an oath and single-mindedly devote everything to carrying it out, she believed they were similar. How conceited. That was her great mistake. They were nothing alike. Really? His resolve was so strong. And she, who could not even believe his words, was weak. I don't think you're weak, me personally, I don't think Saber's weak for making a different choice of how she wants to reconcile her past. You would choose your own selfish wish over salvation. The priest releases the boy. He steps over the youth with a sneer, as if he's lost interest. Then what say you, Saber? This boy says he does not need the Holy Grail. Excuse me. I'm quite certain you disagree. Your goal must be to use the Grail to save the world in some capacity. A heroic spirit such as yourself is surely not so self-centered as that child. She feels her sense of reason is being imperiled. That's a nice word, imperiled. I don't hear it often. The priest says he will give her the Grail. He will give her what she desires, her wish. Granted. That she has no reason to refuse. That is the miracle she's been fighting for. The very reason she became a servant. What Shirou said has no bearing on her own concerns. To obtain the Holy Grail, she, Saber, the hero of the sword. I propose an exchange. Saber, kill. Oh, whoa, what? Saber, kill your own master with your own hands. You will have taken hold of your desire. I will give you the Holy Grail if you do this. Saber, I genuinely don't know which direction she's gonna take. Well, okay. I mean, I would hope not, but who knows? The story's thrown us curveballs. I decided I would do anything for it. What? His words blindsided her. She doesn't even know what to think. The priest's words, while easy to understand, are anathema to everything she believes in and stands for. Why hesitate? You could kill him before he even realized what happened. He is clearly beyond saving. Would killing him now not be a mercy? The priest steps aside. Before her stands the door leading to the crypt and to her master. She steps into the damp room, past the priest. She can't help herself. Can't help stab me? Is that what you're trying to say? It's as if she stepped into the depths of hell. He was made to suffer in this place, to witness his own darkness. But he refused the salvation he was offered. She grips her sword. He lays at her feet, breathing raggedly. I don't know. I'm hoping, since she kind of had that moment of like being like, oh, he's different, he's stronger. Maybe she will hopefully use that as inspiration for herself to be like, hey, I'm gonna pick the strong choice. And I'm gonna, spare him, not take the Grail, etc., etc. Or, well, not use the Grail for what she wished. I don't know if that's an option too. Or not use the Grail for what she was initially kind of hoping to use it for. ... It would be the end of a long, long journey. The Holy Grail she desires, in exchange for her life. Her life? You mean his? All she must do is swing her sword, but one final time. A master and servant are united, only until they obtain the Grail. She could end it right here. No one can blame her for this. You're kidding. Who stabbed who? She blankly looks down at the thing at her feet. Her fingers have no sensation. She's not sure what she's touching. Was she stabbed? But there is one reality she recognizes. The boy, who was her master, ended his own life while trying to protect her. Wait, what? Oh, wait. Oh, so did he kill himself? So that way she wouldn't even have to make the choice? Shirou. She only thought of it. For just the brief moment she sought the Holy Grail. But that desire faded almost instantly, and she prioritized the boy's life above all else. That instant was just enough time for evil to sink in. Just thinking about it was enough. Her heart, long fatigued and worn out, was defeated in a moment of weakness that lasted no longer than the blink of an eye. So is she about to do it? Had he not? No, this cannot be true, Shirou. She reaches toward her master. He isn't breathing. The young girl looks so much less noble, holding the boy's corpse. You did well, Saber. Your lamentation is surely worthy of the Grail. The voice echoes in the darkness. So, okay, this is a question for y'all. This isn't speculation or something. So with the, I mean, he did say this. Kirei Kotomine. He said, you know, even though, like, I have skin in the game, even though, like, I have my own servant now, that's a part of this, I'm still the overseer, I'm still get to determine these things. So, as an overseer, is his role giving the Grail to people he feels worthy of, like, that are worthy of it? Is that his role as overseer? Well, like, he mentioned, like, with Overseer 2, like, way earlier on, hey, I'm here to make sure everything runs smoothly, citizens aren't getting hurt, which he clearly did not keep to that himself personally. Also, now, like, where does Gilgamesh come into all of this? Why is he still around? Who is, you know, his master? What's been keeping him alive? It hasn't been these corpses. The voice echoes in the dark. You don't need to answer the Gilgamesh bit. I'm just curious about what is his... If you're going to comment anything, please comment. What is his role as the overseer? Like, is he able to give people the Grail because he thinks they're worthy, because of him being overseer? The voice echoes in the darkness, as if responding to the call of Nirvana. What? She accepts the Holy Grail in a daze? Dead end? What? What option was there? Flowchart? Huh? What? What do you mean? What? Okay. Sir? But the main character just died and you're throwing this at me? Or, like, what I thought was, like, his actual death, not just, like, another bad ending. I thought we were about to, like, reset to the different route or something. Os, hiya! This is Taiga Dojo, a place that asks wandering sheep like yourselves to reflect on their actions. This is the 13th episode of the dojo segment. By now, many of you have noticed, well, this is only my, like, third or fourth time, that this segment is meaningless. I mean, it's comedic relief, at the very least. How do you feel about that, disciple number 1? Ma'am, yes ma'am, I shall answer honestly. It is meaningless. All the deaths are sudden, players just need to go back to the previous choice. I love... just choose the other option! Basically. Honesty hurts so much. Lies like that are just misleading. This dojo isn't that straightforward, you know. Just watch. It's proof. Oh crap. Don't tell me this is those typical dating sims where there's a bad route completely unrelated to any of the choices you made in the past and you need to start from the very beginning even if you're just 1 point away. Are you kidding me? Brother. Do I have to go back? That's right. Or that different voice. That's right. It's the bad route based on the heart-pounding affection system everyone hates. Yay! We can finally give players proper advice, Taiga. Let's start with some practice swings. Disciple number 1. What was the cause of the bad end this time? Ma'am, yes ma'am! Saber's affection did not reach a certain level, and Saber abandoned Shirou. So I literally have to go back and, like, up those numbers, baby. Oh, okay. We have 3 pieces of advice. First, no matter which choice you make after day 12, Saber's affection points won't increase. No matter which choice you make, so do stuff before day 12. Okay. Let me write this down so I remember. No points after day 12. Okay. If you're going to redo things, do it from before then. Whoa! What the heck? They should have made bad ends on day 12. Did the developers mess up? Second, this might be obvious, but always put Saber first in your choices. If you treat Tosaka just as well, you're coming straight to this end. Oh, I already know where I went wrong. Choose Saber always. Yeah, there was one moment, I think, where I was given the option between spending time with Tosaka or spending it with Saber, and I spent it with Tosaka, so that's probably what I need to remedy. Huh, so Rin really was just the third wheel. Well, it's just means you have to complete the Saber route first if you want to get close with Rin. Third, you should have hit the proper affection score if you're playing normally. What do you mean normally? If you're going to restart, it's best to restart from around day 7. Restart at day 7. Okay. Restart at day 7. At the shortest, you should be able to fulfill the requirements by day 8. Okay. Day 7. Play to day 8. Okay. But if you go out during lunch on the 8th day, you'll get to see me! Saber's affection will go up by 1 if you stay at home, but I guess you won't need that point if you play properly. Oh, yeah, okay. This really, this was a dating sim all along? That's what the affection thing were? I thought that was, I mean, I figured it was for something. I didn't realize it'd be this. That is all. Ah, that felt really good. I finally fulfilled my reason for being. Yeah, you finally actually helped. Yes, we can now stand proud. Oh. But Taiga, you're saying most people pass Saber's affection score check, right? Oh. Are you telling me, like, I'm in the minority of how I played this game? Yes, I know Shirou isn't the type to ignore Saber. You wouldn't normally end up here. Oh. Oh, so you're saying, like, if I played true to the character. Taiga, I hesitate to say this, but if that's rare, wouldn't that mean not many people would come to this dojo? Oh. Oh, so they're still useless, is the joke. Okay. It'll be okay, I think. We have the skip function and the tiger stamps for this very purpose. This is true. I'm sure players will be desperate to play this game in all kinds of crazy ways to try to get to this dojo. Are there people that actually just deliberately do it wrong? Just to, I mean, I guess if you're playing through all the different choices, you would eventually end up here. Yeah, and by that point, everyone will hate this bad end with its weird conditions. Which means that your dojo, which was here to make everyone happy, actually causes suffering for completionist players. Okay. Jeez, targeting someone. I immediately thought one of my roommates is a completionist. Like, he does all, like, achievement hunting, like, that whole thing. If he ever got his hands on this, which he would not play this. He would have to go through this and just experience that joke. I would think that'd be really funny. Identity crisis. Boom. What the? You dummy! Ending with an explosion is so lame. Restart from the most recent decision point. No, right. I need to choose a specific point. No, not continue. Well, yes, continue. Okay, maybe I do need a restart. No, 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 no. Beyond here, would you like... No. Yes. It said restart. No, no, no. Flowchart. Day 7. Now, when you say day 7, do you mean the 7th or like, do you literally mean the 7th, or did you mean where did I go wrong? Okay, here's where I went wrong. Is I should have chosen... No. I should have chosen to go home here. Okay. I don't think this will take long to get through, so I don't mind keeping it recording. If I end up going through a lot of slog or like repeat, next thing I know it's noon. Ba 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 ba. Auto mode. Hey, no. Alright, I'm gonna skip ahead to the good stuff. Alright, I'm at the decision that I need to make. This is, I don't know, this is interesting. I've never done like a straight up visual novel. The closest thing I've done is Persona 5, which has, you know, visual novel aspects, but it is not strictly a visual novel. So is this kind of thing like common visual novels with like, hey, you need to go back and like just redo a couple of things? I'm hoping that after I make this decision, go straight home, that I will be able to just skip back forward to the same spot and see what happens there. Saber's looking forward to lunch, and I am really not in any position to make a detour. I don't have the time. I am, since I've not seen the scene, well, and you've not seen the scene, at least in this playthrough. We'll go through and actually do it. So I make the shrimp balls, one of my specialties. It's not really a proper meal. If anything, it's more like a snack to have with alcohol or something. I learned to make it while working at an izakaya bar. But why is a 15-year-old, or however old he is, I forget, year-old underage person working at an izakaya? Shirou, that is very hot. Like, yeah, I know I am, thank you. Saber tries to put the fried ball, which is between the size of a golf ball and a tennis ball, into her mouth. Are you making a testicle joke? Is that what you're saying? The fried ball? My fried ball's going in your mouth? Ligma ball, sorry. Saber, do you not like hot foods, or do you not like food that looks so crude? Like yeah, we're making a testicle joke, alright. You hear that? No, neither is an issue. I actually quite like balls going into my mouth. The dish being served so hot is interesting, and while the flavoring seems simple, I can still tell care and effort went into making this. Yeah, well, I'm glad you liked it. Yes. It is a shame that we cannot share this with Rin and Taiga. Saber continues eating in silence. She's eating more than usual, so I figure she worked up an appetite training this morning. I'm guessing this is in the no, this was before the Berserker fight, because this is when me and Ilya were meeting at the park. So this would have been before like the whole arc with Berserker. This was kind of the beginning of us training with Tosaka and Saber. This may not be very manly, but I really like having people eat food I prepare. All the more so when they say it's delicious. There's nothing wrong with that. I enjoy that. I think anybody likes being told that, you know, they're good at something, especially something that's necessary to people's survival. And I'm a poor excuse for a master, so if I can do something like this to make Saber happy, I should work harder on my cooking, huh? Saber is staring intently at her empty plate. Saber, if it's not enough, I can make more. Eh, no, I have enjoyed plenty. I am not saying that I did not have enough. Oh, really? So let's have our after meal tea. I'll go make it real quick, so wait here. I pick up the empty plates and head to the kitchen. After I put the dirty dishes in the sink, I put the kettle on to get the tea started. Oh, hey! How about we try a different tea? Really mix things up instead of a black tea. Let's go with, like a haruchata. That's not the name of a tea. That sounds very similar, but I'm messing it up. I stick my head out from the kitchen, but then I hear something. This is becoming a problem. Shirou's cooking is just too delicious. I'm gonna get fat. If he were to stop cooking, I may find my will to fight slipping. Aww. Aww. I'm still too soft. I have experienced this many times in the past, but I had no idea starvation tactics could be so terrifying. We're not starving you, jeez. Okay. I take back what I just said. Time to stop putting so much effort in my cooking. I need to make it taste worse, in fact. If I make my meals more elaborate, she might end up making me her personal cook. Yep. Too much of a good thing doesn't help anyone. I'm gonna deliberately become awful. Day 8, afternoon, types of smiles. Skip this scene? Sure. If you're sure. Oh, are you gonna ask me to skip every freaking scene? What? Miss, what? Surf flow chart thing, what? Huh? I don't, where's this at? Okay, we went to here this time, right? I'm home. Oh, I see you're making dinner. What's the decision here? Misunderstanding or no? Shouldn't she be, who is she? She be a little bit more considerate about the gift my friend gave me out of concern. For once, I should give her a piece of my mind. Don't worry about the apples, Fujine. Eat some tangerines. Fujine, where's my gift? She's actually... Oh, are you just skipping to here because there's options I haven't explored? I don't think that would affect my, anything. Like, that wouldn't affect anything with Saber. Heart there. We just needed to play day 8, right? Or no, maybe Tosaka can't possibly... Tosaka heart? Is that potentially an issue? Okay, here's a Tosaka affection point. Battle comes to an end. Well, I was told just to play day 8 and I'd be good, right? So, let's just cut back to here. I think I am gonna I'm gonna stop the episode. I'm gonna record once again, like right after this, to just make sure I'm doing things right. So we'll see if I did this correctly, but very interesting way of playing. Like, it was kind of weird to be like, all right, really tense climactic scene. Actually, you need to go back and like remember that slice of life stuff. You need to redo some of that. It's kind of an interesting idea. Yeah. All right. So I will see you guys in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed the little story time at the beginning if you stuck around for that. But my car's all good. Glad it is. And I will catch you in the next video though. Bye.